What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of CMA Podcast. How is everybody doing? Fired up today, man. I moved it to the couch. Yo, Red Bull, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm kind of doing you guys a solid here. Do me a solid back, huh? All right. So today, as I said, moved it to the couch. I need to sit down for this one. First of all, I got 100 subscribers. I was doing some targets before I started the podcast. I didn't think I'd be at 100 for at least a year, because I know how some people don't necessarily enjoy the fight game, fight podcasts, or people talking on podcasts, either through YouTube or the listening apps, whatever. But yeah, hey, we got to start somewhere. And I thought, if I get 20 in the first year and then it goes from there, I'd be kind of satisfied, I guess. Because I know I'm not going to be like huge at the beginning and stuff. May not even get huge at all, but let's see where it goes. And I just thought, all right, cool. And then all of a sudden these subscribers kept popping up on my email. I'm like, excellent. People want to hear me talk. All right. So I got 100 subscribers. I mean, it's not a million, but you got to start somewhere. So here we are, 100 subscribers later. Thank you all very much for listening. And I appreciate your support. And I will continue to appreciate your support, man. It's really cool. I like sitting down with a mic and a camera. I like giving my opinion. I like when people disagree with me. We need to have a conversation. It's great. I mean, shitty comments pop up here and there, but I don't know. Like, I'm just a guy talking. Today, so there's a backstory to today's rant. I had this episode recorded already, and I was about to release it until something happened. And what actually happened was I tried to do my due diligence as much as possible, getting information out on a podcast. You don't want to have your information wrong, because if you've got good friends like I do, or indeed my brother who's like a fucking encyclopedia, people will pick you on incorrect information. And if you don't have people in your life that will do that, then you need to get more people in your life that will, and get rid of whoever else will not. So I'll put out some information and I'll get a text from my brother. Hey, no, yes, no, which is pretty cool. I enjoy that. So what actually I'm going to talk about today is the controversy at the weekend's fights with a female fighter called Aspen Ladd. Now, as I said, I had this podcast already recorded, but I found new information. It was going to go out on Sunday, and I found new information on Sunday evening before posting, and I thought, well, I missed that, and I didn't know about it, and I would have had to dig deep to get it, but here we go now. And the problem that I am facing now is all the big guys, all the big podcast guns have put out their take, and it kind of sounds like I'm regurgitating what they're saying, but I need you guys to believe me. I'm not. This is genuine. This is how I feel. So I'll get into it. So what happened? Aspen Ladd, female fighter, UFC. She was fighting a girl, Demont something, and she was losing. And her coach was trying to get the best out of her for the fight, as is a coach's job. If you're an accountant, your job is to do accounting stuff. If you're a banker, it's all banking work. If you're a coach, your job is to get the best out of that student, that fighter, that client, that member. That's your job. And there are tactics on how to do that. Now, this coach, Mr. Jim West, is getting a lot of backlash for his tactics. And I don't necessarily agree with this backlash, because the world is becoming so fucking soft and politically correct. I am not jumping on that train. I will not do that. It is a travesty that this cancel culture has taken over the world. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're digging up tweets from 10 years ago and canceling fucking celebrities. It's only a matter of time before they come after me, for Christ's sake, if I get big enough. But I'm looking at what's happening with this guy, Jim West. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack to her previous fight number of months ago. Okay, I'm going to put up a video. So guys, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcast app, maybe just head over to my YouTube channel, CMA Podcast, right now and skip into this time, and you'll see the video. I'm going to put it up, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to give you my opinion as to what happened and why I disagree with the backlash. Okay, and it's because of one specific variable. Okay, I'll actually just show the video first. I'll watch the video along with you guys. Okay, so this is a fight from a few months ago. Aspen Ladd is basically losing this fight to 2-0 going into the final round. She's got to win this round. She's got to knock the girl out, not just win the round. She's got to finish the fight to win the fight. So this is what happened. I get super emotional watching this because it just reminds me of what I went through. Okay, so watch this.
You're keeping your back on the cage too long. You're just standing there. I need a load more for 5 minutes. You have to beat her up for 5 minutes. You stay inside and you stay in that phone booth and you punch the out of her in her face. She's not gonna like it. Every time you hit her, she goes backwards. Punch her and don't stop punching. Aspen, you have to go. Everything you have for 5 minutes. Stay on it. Keep your back off the cage.
All right, back live, ready to go. Round 3, Yana Kunitskaya and Aspen Ladd.
Here we go.
On the coach Trevor Whitman, Jim West.
Oh! Whoa! I guess that comes from the corner work. Look at this. It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Go! Everything you got! Everything you got!
Oh, she's crushing her with these. Nice job.
That's about it. That's what I'm talking about.
God damn it, the hairs have stood up on my arms watching that, and the joy from the coach. God damn it, I promised myself I wouldn't cry on this podcast. That gets me so emotional every time I watch it. God fucking damn it, man. Whew. I watch that and I'm like, that's what you need. If you're losing a fight, you need that fire lit under your ass to move. The world is turning into this babying snowflake accounting for horse shit. And I see things like that and I'm like, yeah, that's what you need. God damn it, man. It takes me back to my first fight. My first boxing match. I had to, I almost cried there. Holy shit. My first boxing fight, I was, like a fight fan, and I thought, oh shit, I'm actually going to fight now. Here we go. And my coach said, okay, the guy you're fighting, if he hits you in your chin, you are getting knocked out. Understand that that's a possibility, and that may likely happen. You need to outwork him in every single area of the fight game. My jab has to be better. My right has to be better. My cardio has to be better. I got to want it more. And he said, you're going to have to work way more on your cardio because his cardio is not as good. So I spent so much money on private classes for that with that coach. Lunchtimes, weekends, evenings after training had finished, where I would be doing circuit training and he'd have pads on or mitts on his hand. So I'm doing like circuit training and he would just come and slap me in the ear. Hands up. Defend yourself at all times. Keep your hands up. So I had to do all these, circuits, circuit training, and he would like slap me over the back of the head. I wouldn't even see it coming. But I just remember that the music was loud, my heart rate was pumping, the sweat was dripping off my eyelids, and I thought something wonderful is happening here. And if I'm now looking back, if I'm babied into that, saying, hey, just do your best. I know he's probably better than you, but go in and do your best and get your, get the experience. No. You have to be pushed. There are no yes men on the way to the top. The yes men only come when you're at the top. Conor McGregor, John Jones, you see it all now. Guaranteed back in the day, they had guys yelling in their ear. So between the second and third round, Aspen had the fire lit under her ass. She came out, and within seconds, her first combination, she had her opponent on the ground and won the fight. And the joy out of her coach when he stands up and screams. Amazing. So that's one. Now, what happened this weekend? Mr. West basically tried the same tactics, tried to light the fire. It wasn't Aspen's night, and this is a longer video, but I'm going to play this. It's a minute 39. So this is what happened.
You're down 3-0. Please tell me what you're doing. You have to throw more than one punch. You got to get into the fight. It's time to fight. It's the fourth round. You're down 3-0. Pick it up. Okay? Fight to win. Fight to win every second of every minute of every round. You have to finish this broad now. If you're down 3-0, you got to pick it up. That doesn't mean be careless, but lead from the backside and set the combinations up and change your levels. Continue to try to wear her down, but if you don't pick up the pace, she's going to continue to stay on the outside and try to pick you apart with the simple 1-2. Okay, that's all she's doing.
No more single shots, no more.
Nothing wrong with that.
Press with those double jabs. All right, you have to close the distance. Don't follow her. Don't follow. And freeze every time.
You've got to pick it up.
You
got to win. You have to finish her now. You're down 3-0.
Let's go.
Doesn't mean careless. Pick it up though. You've already closed the distance. Hey, I don't know what you're doing. You close the distance and you're jumping out.
Like how you finished.
I don't know what you're waiting for. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You have cardio through the days. Push the pace.
Now you have to.
No, you have to. You have to go balls to the wall. Caution to the wind, and you got to go. You're down basically 4-0. You may have won that last round. Either way, you have to finish it. So I don't know what you're doing. You got to leave every ounce of you out there. You just around for 3 rounds. Now you're down 3-1. Maybe. You got to pick it up. You got to let it all go. Let it go. But don't lead from this side. Throw the power shot. Sit on your
backside go, double punch.
All right. I don't see anything wrong with that. He's giving constructive feedback. He's telling her what to do. She's leading with her left. He wants her to lead with her right. I don't know what you're doing is the line that's being picked up right now. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's his crime. So the reason I bring it up and what I missed, I knew Miesha Tate had a problem with this, and I saw her tweet. Miesha Tate, in case anybody doesn't know, huge ambassador for the sport, former UFC champion, retired, had a bunch of kids, and decided to come back after a number of years, came back and won her return fight. Now she's on a trajectory. She's got such huge influential power and a huge following. And she came out and said, this is basically abuse. What a douche. Now, what I missed in my due diligence was that they had already had a beef, either on Twitter or in person. But that makes it worse. She does not understand the power that she has. And now she's feeding these snowflakes who most likely will listen to her and will go to the gym on Sunday and will tell her coach, hey, could you not yell at me as much? I think that's abuse. I would like to be a champion, but I want to do it in a very babied and fucking snowflake manner. Thank you very much, Mr. Coach. I just don't think that that's right, man. I think that the backlash. Where was the backlash on that last fight a few months ago? Where was that backlash? Where was that call for abuse? I'm sorry. The only variable is that she lost this fight. She won the last one and it was inspirational and it was pushed on social media. She didn't win this fight and now it's the coach's fault. And for some fucking strange reason, the coach doubled down and said that he may have been a little harsh. And he came out on Instagram and said that he may have been a little harsh, which then takes away from my frustrations and ability to be angry about this, because quite simply, he doesn't need to apologize for anything. And in my opinion, he wasn't harsh enough. The world is becoming so fucking soft. If you're losing a fight, you're already losing the fight. The only outcome is winning or losing. You're already losing. Something has to change. If you don't have a coach in your ear giving you feedback or trying to change up something that's not working, or if you, like, here's the test, do a move in such an awful and wrong way at training next time, and if your coach doesn't pick you on it, get a new coach. Go to a new gym, because he's just taking your money. Yeah, that's great. Jabs come from your stomach. Yeah, that's good. Very good, man. Stupid. Absolute bullshit, man. So I looked at this entire scenario and I thought, well, this is just 2021, right? This isn't anything to do with that coach or that fighter or that organization or that sport. This is the snowflake babying politically correct horse shit that's happening in the world right now. And I ask you, please tell me in the comments after you like, share, subscribe, rate and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I ask you to tell me, am I in trouble here because am I the minority and I'm wrong? Or is this just a very loud minority, but the majority is actually, hey, tough times, hard training, hard work, the grind, the sleepless nights, the blood, sweat and tears. That's how you get the results. You don't get pampered all the way up to the top. And again, the only variable is that she lost this fight. Aspen came out in that first one that I showed you, and she heard what her coach said. She did exactly what her coach wanted her to do. And she won the fight. And then this weekend, there's this huge backlash. I do not get it, man. Again, anyone from Red Bull, reach out. But yeah, I had this podcast recorded. I didn't know that Miesha Tate had already had a beef with Jim West. And it changes the dynamic of the conversation, because it's not just a fighter who's upset at this coaching style. It's a fighter using a platform for a previous beef. I don't think that Miesha Tate got to where she is without someone yelling in her ear or giving her the feedback that, you know, it's not considered babied or careful or politically correct. I've had coaches in my ear saying, that's bullshit. What are you doing? Get up. I've had coaches call me a fucking pussy. I've had coaches saying, if you train like that for the next 3 weeks, you're going to lose this fight. And I'm not even a professional fighter. You don't get to the top of the UFC with your hand held the entire time. You don't get to be a champion with this mentality of carefulness and softness and just all that crap that we see nowadays. I don't want to spend too much longer on this because I'm getting angry. That's why I said go to the couch, set it up on the couch today. You need to cool off. But yeah, I'm glad that I decided to put something out, because I think to have it go unaddressed, speaking from the position of a coach and a former fighter. I don't fight anymore. I won't fight again. But it's important that if you hear a coach give you shit for something, understand that for the vast majority of the time, it's him trying to get the best out of you. You may have seen on a previous episode with my former coach, Jake, that he almost pulled me from a fight because he didn't think I was good enough. He didn't think I was working hard enough. He didn't think I wanted it enough. I could have gone home and said, hey, I'm offended by your comments. Could you imagine anything more stupid in your entire life? But no, I decided, hey, I think coach wants the best out of me here. I think he wants me to genuinely work hard enough, want it more, embrace the grind, and represent the gym in a way that puts them in a more positive light. You don't want to go out there and get your face smashed. You get your face smashed in the gym. But yeah, I think that's enough from me today. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to this so far. It's nice for me to get it out on this platform. If anybody hears it, if one person hears it, I'll be happy. But it's important that we discuss it, and that people on the other side of the opinion are not upset at the fact that people disagree with them. I disagree with a lot of people on the opposite side, the opposite side of my way of thinking, and I think I've lost friends over it. But I'm like, all right, it was nice knowing you. Thank you very much for your time. I just don't get why this way of thinking is this the way forward? Is I don't know. I don't want to rant anymore. Guys, thank you very much for listening to me. I got some really cool guests coming up this week. So I'm going to post this ASAP. I really appreciate your time. I want more subscribers. 100 is good, but it's not 1 million. I need at least 1 million so that I can retire in 4 years and move to the Bahamas. Yeah, if you could do me a favor, anyone who sees this on my Facebook, even if it's just you put no comments after it, just share it. Put it to your page and say, I don't know, put a comment. Just say, hey, this is my friend's podcast. Give it a listen. Apple Podcasts and Spotify, this is where the majority of my listeners are right now, which is great. But yeah, I've had no rating or no reviews so far. So if you guys could do me a favor and hit the 5 stars and say, Dave, you're fantastic, keep it going, that would help me out so much. Even the thumbs up on, because it's not just me looking to be popular, it's me looking to crack the algorithm. The algorithm is where like more and more people will see my shit. So do me a favor and hit that like button, put a comment and say, just thank you or very good, 2 words. It'll take 3 seconds of your day. It would make my day. However, guys, thank you very much for listening to me. You guys take care of yourselves. Rock and roll.